Karl Casey was told not to livestream the game by the company. Dark Viper did and cracked up trying to promote it. They're already apologising. The CFO and CLO left the company a week before the release. The game's unfinished and an absolute shambles. It turns into a rant. Enjoy. I'm not doing any more reviews on this shit. This is it. This is the main review around Mindseye. It's beaten me. The game has crashed on me. I can't finish the game. I literally can't get to the end of the game. I refuse to carry on with this game any longer. It just keeps crashing on me and I can't do it. So we've got negative points. We've got a couple of positive points. But before we get into anything, I've just wrote out this little thing. Well, I say a little thing. It's turned out to be massive. So just bear with me while I read this off because this is... I've had to put it into words how I truly feel about this game. Because no one's going to be talking about this shit next week. The only time we're going to be talking about Mindseye again this year is when it comes to the end of the year and everyone has it on the top 5 or top 3 worst games of the year list. So let me just raffle this off quickly if we can do. This game feels like an Unreal Engine demo. The NPCs are there just for show. 90% of the game is just driving from point A to point B. This whole experience felt like a team of really good devs created a good-looking map and someone had 6 months to add missions and a story. Mindseye feels like community-created missions inside of an already well-done, executed and 3D rendered map. The blame lies completely with the CEOs of Build a Rocket Boy. You either don't have a quality assurance team or you do, and you've just ignored them. What makes it worse is a few days before the game released, they showed the CEO, Leslie Benzies, sat there playing the game. So the people who were in charge clearly saw it wasn't ready and still greenlit it anyway. You've released an unfinished game on Xbox, PlayStation and PC to grab as much money as possible. The main point you promote around Mindseye is the builder tool, which is only available on PC. So why not just release it on PC? Because you're a bunch of greedy pricks who knew if you just dropped this everywhere all at once, you'd make profit to spite yourself. Even though some people have been given refunds, you knew the majority of us are just going to play this game and move on. You've made your money and you'll promote patches and DLC and additions for the foreseeable future, and I truly, truly hope it fails and you fall flat on your face. The biggest point I've been making all week around Mindseye is I want story-based games. We all want story-based games to succeed. So there might be a sliver of hope that we can keep them coming over ham-fisted live service slop. But after seeing this rushed pile of shit, I'm done rooting for the game. I'm done rooting for the company. I feel sorry for the devs that tried to make a good game here. It looks to me like you've had your hands tied and then got bitch slapped in the process. F Mindseye, f Leslie Benzies, f Mark Gerhard, and f Build a Rocket Boy. The game's horse shit. It should have been delayed. 100% should have been delayed. We've heard rumours, we've heard stories that it was possibly the backers, I keep wanting to call them influencers, I keep forgetting the name of them every single time. The money men, whoever Take the Piss Interactive is to Rockstar Games. The money men apparently have been pushing for this game to come out earlier than it should have done. Regardless, there is no excuse. You go on social media, go on YouTube, watch the clips that we're putting out on here, you can clearly see this game was not ready. So we've got a bunch of negatives that we're going to go through now. But actually, before we even get to the negatives, there's something else that I want to bring up if someone hasn't seen it yet. There are 2 sponsored live streams that we're just going to mention quickly. The first one, obviously, is Dark Viper, because everyone's seen what happened with Dark Viper. He was sponsored to stream Mindseye, and whilst he was promoting Mindseye, he physically couldn't get through it. He was cracking up too much because he clearly sees the game's a shambles. But the main live stream that I think everyone should be talking about is the one that Karl Casey was attempting to do. Now, I don't know if he's done it since then. I've only seen the clip. But the clip that is making the rounds now is Karl Casey had a sponsored live stream from Build a Rocket Boy for him to live stream Mindseye. And as he was about to start it, as he was literally kicking the live stream off to play the game, he got contacted. You can watch the clip for yourself. He got contacted and were told to stop the live stream. They did not want him live streaming the game. That is how bad of a state this game is in. And again, I get heated and I get pissed off because clearly, When people say the gaming industry is on its ass, we don't think of games like Expedition 33. We don't think of really good games that are worth the money. We constantly think of this ham-fisted shite. I'm shocked that it's not been turned into live service. I'm shocked. But look, let's just go through the negatives. The first one, they've made a really good looking city. It's probably one of the biggest positives around the whole game. And not only can you not explore it, but you're constantly told not to and stopped frequently from doing so. I put up a clip the other day. I was able, in whatever mission it was, I can't remember what mission it was, I was able to actually explore the city, and it wasn't giving me the mission failed prompt, which it gives you. If you veer too far away from your vehicle, if you veer too far away from the path you're supposed to be on, it comes up with a prompt saying you've not focused on whatever you're supposed to be doing, or you've left your vehicle, you've left whatever, you're supposed to get to this destination, and it restarts your mission for you, and it puts you back on track. I found a way, I don't know how I did it, where I was able to explore Red Rock City, because again, the devs, whoever have worked on this game, have done a really, really good job. I can't say that enough. They've done a really good job making a really good map, making it look a really, really good city. You cannot explore it. You can't go and you can't actually explore this thing that they've given you, right? But not only that, if you even attempt to get out of your car and try and do something the game doesn't want you to do, there is so much dialogue that keeps popping up in your little ear thing, whatever it was, saying, come on, Diaz, you've got to get back on track. Come on, Diaz, how slow are you going to be? It constantly keeps telling you, stop trying to explore the map. Stop trying to actually explore our game. Stop trying to actually do something we don't want you to do in our video game in 2025. For me, that is a load of bullshit. For me, that is a load of bollocks. I understand your game is an open world. I completely understand that. But if you are going to make a city that looks this good, just let us, not free roam, but just let it be completely open and just let us go off and explore. If there's nothing to explore, we'll explore for maybe 15 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll just say there's nothing to do in the city and we'll carry on. Look at things like LA Noire, for example. LA Noire, you are strictly business in regards to the mission, but the map, you can actually go and, well, I'm going to say you can do things in the map. You can't do things in the map, but you can actually go around and walk around the map and you can actually see the map for yourself without constantly being saying, no, you failed this mission because you've not done this and you've not done that. You can actually go and explore the map for yourself. There's nothing to do, but you can explore it. Why wasn't that an option with this game? Because if you're telling me, oh, well, it would have been too much work and it would have crashed too much and it would have been too many bugs, there is no way you can say that. Not a sniff. After what we've got now, there's not a sniff. The second point, there is no map in campaign or free mode. I can't say that I've seen too many live streams, too many content creators at the moment talking about free mode. We unlocked free mode last night and we went on it on live stream. Go ahead and check out the clip that we clipped up on live stream. We put it on social media, we put it on Twitter, but go ahead and check the live stream out for yourself. Free mode, not only is it boring, it's empty, it's also broken. Free mode is worse than campaign. The glitches we came across in free mode was just absolutely ridiculous. Again, it looks like no one has quality assured free mode at all. So my point around all this, if free mode was that broken, if free mode was that pointless where you can barely do anything, literally 90% of it is nothing at all, what was the point? What was the point in giving it us? If there was a possibility that you are going to add stuff to free mode further on down the line, let us unlock it further down the line. Add it as a DLC. You could have promoted that, say now you can roam around the map. You all wanted to experience Red Rock City, now you can experience it. Now there's free mode. No, again, you've put it in, you play the game, you unlock free mode, and that's what you get. Boring, empty, useless. But again, there is no map to bring up. So if you go on free mode, you can't set a waypoint. You cannot set a waypoint because there's no map to bring up. Not only that, there's also something else. There isn't really a hill that you need to die on, but I'm going to say it because it pisses me off. On free mode, you can call your car to you. So if you veer too far away from your car because you actually dare to explore the city, you actually dare to explore the video game that they've given you, that you've paid for, yeah, there is an option where you press down on the D-pad and the car comes back to you. You can't do that in campaign. And again, the little weasels are going to sit there and they're going to say, well, it's not free mode, so you shouldn't be veering off. I should be able to play this game however I want to play it. I'm not trying to break the game. I'm just trying to enjoy the game. I'm playing Mindseye the same way I would play any story game. without a doubt. But you can't call your car back to you. So when I was able to explore away from my car, I lost my car, got completely lost, and I had to travel for real life in 20 minutes. I had to just run from where I was to the next point. It's an absolute joke. Again, if you're going to add free mode, surely someone with a brain cell at Build a Rocket Boy must have looked at it and gone, you know what? People are probably going to want a map. People are probably going to want to set a waypoint, but you can't. Again, where's the quality assurance? Next point I want to get through. Man, seriously, I'm sick of talking about this game. Please, God, let this be the last video we do on this stupid shit. Through the entire campaign, you're locked to one specific vehicle. You can't hijack any car. You can't get into a taxi. You can't jump on a bike. I don't even think I saw bikes in the thing. But regardless, in the campaign, you can't leave your vehicle. And if you do, it comes up with a prompt saying you've failed the mission. You got to start again. If you do leave your vehicle, you can't get into any other vehicle. You can't get into any other car. You can't hijack any other car. You can't even do what you did in Simpsons Hit and Run. And I mentioned this in the other video. You can't do what you did in Simpsons Hit and Run, where instead of hijacking the vehicle, you just get in the back as a passenger. You physically can't get into another vehicle. How? Again, I understand it's not open world, but how is that not a mechanic? How is that not a thing? You can, when you go to the Silver Complex, there are like those little shitty buggies that you can get into. But if I remember rightly, the majority of the times on the campaign, I think you get into a buggy and you go to where your car is. You can't actually go to the next location. You have to go in a buggy. You have to use a buggy to get to your vehicle, if that makes sense. So I don't think, unless I'm wrong, I'm just off the dome with this one, I don't think you can actually go around Red Rock City in a buggy, but I could be wrong on that. So fact check me on that if I'm wrong. But even still, if it is just locked where you can only use the buggies at the Silver Center, or you can just use your car, again, it's a joke. It's an absolute, what is the point? The next point, there's no police system. There is no police system at all. So again, if you even dare to do something this game doesn't want you to do, if you want to get out the car and just have 5 minutes chilling out, doing something you actually want to do in the game, how dare you, by the way? You've paid us your money, your hard-earned money, so now you've got to play the game the way we want you to play it. If you actually dare to get out and cause a little bit of havoc, even just for 5 minutes, there's no police stopping you. There's no consequences whatsoever. Again, I ran over a couple of people at the Silver Complex and it gave me a mission failure saying that I killed too many civilians. But when I was on the street, I shot a bunch of civilians in the cars and all it did was glitch out. There was no actual prompt saying that I'd failed the mission because I killed too many civilians. So again, there's no police system. There are no, unless it's certain missions where it kicks in and certain missions there isn't, where it isn't, there's nothing stopping you from just being an absolute nut job in Red Rock City. It feels to me as though everything that hovers around Red Rock City is just pointless. You might as well either play the story or you might as well not play the game at all. The next point, there's no melee, there's no grappling, and there's no NPC interaction at all. Again, the NPCs are completely pointless. This is why it feels to me as though I'm playing an Unreal Engine demo. I feel as though someone has just given me a demo for a video game and I need to check it out because they need to add more stuff to it. It feels like a game that is 6 months away. Ironic that, innit? Ironic that, isn't it? That people were coming out last month saying this game needs to be delayed. And now we are playing the game and so many of us are saying, yep, it should have been delayed. We are all singing off the same hymn sheet. There's no melee. Again, that's not a hill that we need to die on. But it would have been nice to have something where, maybe you can throw an elbow, you can pistol whip some mother. None of that shit. And there's no interaction with NPCs at all. The NPCs don't react. I think the only time I saw NPCs reacting were when you actually shoot someone. I think either there's two reactions they do. They either run off or they just crouch. And again, you saw the Tokyo drifting NPCs. I came across it multiple times. Sometimes NPCs will crouch and then they'll just drift. They'll just completely drift. Again, where is the quality assurance? But again, there's no NPC interaction. They do not react to you at all. If you walk past them, if you walk into them, they bump into you, and then they just try and run off. And that's it. There is no physical interaction with these NPCs. It's pointless them being there. They're just there for show. The game's crashed on me 3 times. You've seen from multiple content creators, this game continues to crash on you. Whether you're on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, the game clearly crashes on people. And I've said, I've not been able to finish the game because the game has crashed that much. I'm sick to death of playing this game and it just bugs out. So I'm refusing to finish it. Well done. Aye, seriously, Build a Rocket Boy, well done. You brought out a game that I actually was excited for, that I actually wanted to play. I'm a campaign cowboy. I'm a story mode stormtrooper, and shout out the campaign cowboys and the story mode stormtroopers. But I now can't finish a game because it's that buggy and it's that unfinished. The next point, the mini games were a nice touch, but it felt redundant. Tell me one mini game you'd go back and play right now. They were all just crap. And that segues into the final point, the final negative, because I'm done talking about this stupid shit. I can't comment on the side missions because they are so goddamn boring. I did 2 and just refused to go on. I've done 2 side missions and they were so boring. They were so shit. Again, pointless being there. The side missions felt like someone has done a community creation. The side missions genuinely felt like that Build a Mindseye crap, the Build Mindseye that they're promoting on PC. It feels like that is what someone has used to create these side mission stuff. It feels like that is a promo for the Build Mindseye thing on PC, which again, ironically, you've promoted a game that comes out on consoles, 2 different consoles and a PC, and you've locked one of your main promo packages on PC. Again, why is the game not just been brought out on PC in the first place? Because they're money-grabbing pricks, and Big Chris called it perfectly last night on live stream. All they've been focused on is short-term game, short-term profit. The one thing that I want to say, and I'm not ending this on a positive, I'm gonna come back and end on a rant at the end of this. The one thing I will say, the funniest thing I came across other than the glitches last night, there is one cutscene, and whoever wrote this cutscene and whoever worked on this cutscene, I'll give you 1 round, because brother, this thing was hilarious. If you haven't come across it, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Saying that, who gives a shit? The majority of people listening to this probably aren't going to play this game anyway. The Lily scene. If you know what scene I'm talking about, then you probably cracked up at it with me anyway, but I'll put it on the screen for you now visually. The thing is absolutely hilarious. The dialogue is just hilarious. The reaction, everything about this scene is just so funny. That is the best thing about this game, is one cutscene. Overall, let me just end on this. This game easily should have been delayed. Without a doubt, should have been delayed. And the biggest thing that pisses me off is so many people are going to turn on the developers. So many people are going to say, you've not done a good enough job. I don't see it like that at all. I think the pricks, the money-grabbing pricks at Build a Rocket Boy have genuinely looked at this game. They've had a conversation with the quality assurance team, if they even have a quality assurance team. They've played the games themselves and they've gone, you know what? We're just going to pump this out onto Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. We're not going to delay it. We're going to make as much money as we can do. Short-term profit. People are going to mourn. People are going to complain. People are going to bitch. Some people are going to get refunds. The majority of people are going to pay the money, play the game, decide they're not going to want to play it anymore, and they're just going to go off on one. And that's it. They're going to make the money regardless. They've already got the money out of you. And now they're going to do exactly what they're doing already, and they're just going to promote the additions. They're going to promote the DLC. They're going to promote that Hitman bullshit. They're going to promote all this stuff that they're adding to it, and you have just got to shut up because you've already paid your money, and you've got to sit there like a little worm and just take it for what it is. Please, for the love of God, let this be the last time I talk about Mindseye. I refuse to play any more of it. The game is shit, and it's such a shame because in there, somewhere in there, there is a good game. There are some positives, but I'm not talking about the positives because it doesn't deserve to talk about the positives. I'm so sorry for the devs that worked on this team, and any CEO at this company who thought it was a good idea to bring this out. Congratulations, you've made your money, you're a piece of shit. As always, I want to give one final shout out to the Friend Brothers for the continued support on this channel. You stay safe on those streets, you little punk, and as always, sucker, look at your scumbag!